nghỉ cả ngày đây để còn nghỉ như làm á. Cho ông sắp buổi chiều thôi. Trời ơi, là con đi chợ đâu.
Nhìn đéo đeo mẹ mà chị ế không bán một cái gì mà.
À, nó nhận đấy.
Hôm nay em cầu mong phải ế.
Hôm qua ế rồi mà đứng đầu nữa.
Qua ế rồi thì hôm nay ế tiếp.
Ế được lần thứ 3.
Qua ế rồi.
Chị mang. Chị có hàng à? Dạng này à?
Này
Đen tối rồi. Có vào không? Có đấy. Mấy suất? 1, 3. Ông vẫn đi. Sao? Anh không còn răng, hết răng.
Thì ra là cái ế hài cũng không sợ bởi vì có chúa phù hộ đấy rồi.
À đúng rồi, còn chị luôn có chúa đâu.
Vào này không ai phù hộ luôn.
Tao cũng ngang ngửa.
À không, chị này chị ở trên nhà cò.
Tao đi ngang
Qua là chị gặp chúa suốt.
Qua còn chết máy.
Chưa chết máy bao giờ. Chưa chết máy bao giờ.
Xin chào everybody. Welcome back.
Ôi giời ơi, con mẹ
Hope
tôi
you
què.
can hear me okay.
Tôi què không?
Down at the local cafe today
Ôi người ta đốt.
and just about to have a
Mà cháy không phải cháy nhà
ginger
mà
coffee.
đen,
Xin chào,
đen.
Rachel. I hope you can hear me okay. Thumbs up if you can hear me. I've got a new microphone today, which on all intents of testing seems to work very well. Had some technical difficulties this morning. It's not just after 9 here in Vietnam today, and at about 8 the power went off at home, which was fine. I was always coming down here to talk to you all. However, as we were leaving, the guys fixing it were outside, and it's off till 5 p.m. So I'm going to be out in the street all day today. So I had to pack a few extra things. I've got the crazy hat on, and I've also got a warm jacket because it's going to be quite cool down here. It's just gone 9 in the morning. I did have a live stream placeholder set to go, and I wasn't able to connect to it. And I think it's because I'd originally set that up to film it through my Osmo Pocket 3, but connecting the Osmo Pocket 3 to the live stream is different to just streaming it on your phone here. So I'm streaming straight from the phone, which is today. We've got some loud chatterboxes here behind us, and I was further down on the street, but there was nowhere really to prop the camera. So I'm going to be here. And hopefully I'll turn my back to the chatterboxes, and hopefully we hear less chatterboxes. Quite cold and windy out here today. I'm not sure of the temperature, but wouldn't be much over 15 or 16 degrees. I'm in a little garden, and when a few people bug out from the street, I'll move down there. But it was just a bit tricky. I was sitting on the little plastic chairs, and of course with the camera, when I spin it around from down there, all you see are wheels of cars, not actually Vietnam stairs. They might have won First Division Lotto behind the way they're carrying on. Anyway, today I thought I'd talk a little bit about healthcare when you're travelling, and a lot of people talk about insurance, etc. And I'm going to talk about never using insurance. So opposite take on that. No, thank you. A gentleman comes past to ask if I want to get my shoes cleaned, which I did do. The last time I was here, I had my brown shoes on, and he made them more brown, so who would have thought? $2, $1, $2, I don't know. So I've been very sick the last couple of days, but there's a lot different happens when you're sick in Vietnam in particular than when you're sick in the West or in Australia where I come from. So where I come from, when you get the flu, it's a bit of
Ai bắt mẹ em đọc?
Cái Lan nó ở ai đóng thì đóng nó ai bắt.
Ai hỏi mẹ em đọc?
take these tablets for 14 days and then see how you go. Whereas when you get sick here in Vietnam, it's a bit of, and you need to go to the doctor to get a prescription for those tablets. Whereas here, it's a bit of, here's a course of medicine, take it to the end and it'll fix you in 2 days. And in fact, if it doesn't fix you in 2 days, come back. And you do that with the pharmacy who's trained in pharmaceutical remedies for common ailments. So that's a different thing I found, and of course that doesn't require insurance. Insurance is for inconvenience. Insurance is for financial ruin, not just for inconvenience. So I ended up with 6 different types of medication.
Chè của con chị chưa được ạ. Trà của con chị chưa được ạ.
Thank you. Too cold out there today.
Actually, it's fine.
It's okay?
It's okay. It's not too cold.
Okay.
Trà chị đâu?
Well, I've just been contradicted. I said it's too cold out there. She said, I think it's fine. She's about the same size as me, so I didn't want to say that. So today we have, this is a ginger coffee. Comes in a lovely glass. And I didn't order the cheesy balls today, but that is just going to warm me up a treat as we go through this. They gave me 6 things. I had some, and I don't know if these are drug names or trademarks. I had some amoxicillin to kill the bacteria. This is just by walking in over the counter. I had amoxicillin to kill the bacteria. I had something called Metasone, that may be the trademark name or the brand name, to calm inflammation, which kind of makes sense a bit. Definitely a trademark Casarin because the drug name was this long. I wasn't going to jot it here. That was designed to loosen the mucus and dextromethorphan, which was to stop coughing, even though I've just coughed. And number 5 was to calm the inflammation and help me sleep. Plus calm the irritation and help me sleep. And number 6 was to support irritated tissues. So all 6 of those working together kind of makes sense to a layman, but they're designed to get me up and running in 2 days. So, and you only have them twice a day. So I had a whole bunch in the morning and a whole bunch in the evening, and pretty much okay after 2 days. So just a different way of looking at it. And I think maybe, in the West we've got time to recover. We can sit on our date and do nothing for 2 weeks. Hey, take this, come back in 2 weeks if you're not fixed. Whereas maybe in the East, it's a bit more go-go and take this, and if you're not ready for action tomorrow, come back. So I've had a few experiences of being sick, and I'd love to hear about your experiences if you ever got sick overseas. None of mine have been food related. So man flu, is what I've got now. I've had COVID, and both have been treated with minimal cost, speed and common sense. So if you've had any of those while you're overseas, let me know. And also, health insurance when you're overseas, where does that come into the picture for any of these health inconveniences that I've actually had? It's a lovely little street that I'm on here. I'm in a courtyard of somebody's house with the Yabaras going on next to me. And I look at those flowers and that monolith across the road. The other side of that monolith is Halong Bay. You can see those mountains off in the right-hand side above the white car. They are in Halong Bay. The ginger coffee is like medicine here. And sitting in a cafe drinking ginger coffee is something that happens regularly. And in fact, I'm surprised even getting down here early. We've got 6 people on the table behind me. I've just paid the bill, so hopefully they're wrapping up. And it'll be a little bit calmer for you here. Now, I thought I'd do a live stream. Every third Tuesday I'm planning to do a live from wherever I am. About this time, I won't fall into the trap of trying to schedule it and then not be able to connect to the scheduled live stream. I thought I'd be able to do these from my Osmo Pocket 3, which would then allow me to have some notes on my phone. And I have another phone I can get access to, but I couldn't be bothered. So I thought, look, let's just go with the topic, because I know the topic. I don't need notes to talk about. I got sick and didn't need insurance. But it has been tricky. It would be good to have just that Osmo Pocket 3 capability while you're live streaming. Essentially, to make that foolproof, you need to be in a room, in which case I just have a webcam. Why would I use an Osmo Pocket 3? And they want you to connect the Osmo to the phone, even though it will connect via Bluetooth or whatever. They want you to connect the Osmo to the phone for reliability. But that kind of means they're both together then, you know. So I gave up on that idea. I haven't done a live stream for quite some time. This is my 14th live, for those of you that are counting. I've been running this channel for 4 years almost now, and been totally unsuccessful at YouTube for 4 years, which is going to get me an award soon. It's interesting how you can... I always think that I'm different to everybody else, and I'm in my own little world, and my 4 years on YouTube has really proved that to me, in that I have got my own niche, and it's not a niche anybody else is interested in. So kind of chuffed about that. I do know I'm different, and it's now been validated. So I've been, in March I will have been here for 4 years. I've done 212 videos, which is quite a lot for a hobbyist. It's probably about one a week on average, but I do have bursts. I'm in a burst now. I'm posting every third day. I think that's probably going to be pretty much it going forward, because I've got a lot to say, but not too much. I'm mixing it up with a few Throwback Thursdays where I've had some popular videos, so I'm giving them a new life if my posting day lands on a Thursday. I'm also mixing them up with your questions. So if you've got questions, put them in the chat. If I don't see them coming through here, because they just come up on my screen like they come up on your screen, I'll put them into the 5-question Friday. So when my posting day lands on a Friday, I'll get my 5-question Friday. And then when my posting day lands on a Tuesday, I want to do a live stream. So here we are, the first Tuesday down the track. We're 3 weeks in. We've got a live stream, and it's a health focus today. So if you've got any health issues you'd like Dr. Steve to deal with, put them in the chat, and I'll give you, I'll wax lyrical on my 2 bob's worth. So I've never used my insurance, health insurance, to actually get better. It doesn't actually get me better. Getting me better actually involves getting to the herbalist, getting to the pharmacy, getting to the doctor, getting to a medical professional rather than an insurance professional. So having insurance hasn't actually helped me get better in any of my ailments. Here in Vietnam, to see a doctor, you're pretty much straight in. So you're going to there's two sorts of doctors here. One is a doctor that's at a surgery, and I've been to one of those with my wife. Essentially, she was straight in. There might have been somebody in there before her, but she went straight in. No appointment, just rock up. Wait till he finishes the person he's on, and in you go. The other type is when she says she's going to the doctor, she generally rips off to the hospital, which has a doctor, and they can get you in straight away as well. So the private hospital has doctors ready to go to take your coin, and the public hospital, for a general ailment, will get you in straight away. If you're going there for a lung transplant, you might have to wait. For me, insurance is for inconvenience, not repair. So it's for preventing ruin. Repair, what am I talking about? Ruin. So you're insured against financial ruin, and you're not likely to be financially ruined from routine healthcare in Southeast Asia. Now, I do have insurance largely to transport my dead body back to Australia so that people can have a wake for me. But that's a different kind of insurance. That's an absolute calamity that needs to be fixed.
Độ mà nó tràn vào. Nếu mà nói về đạo, đây là chị chẳng ra một cái đạo nào hết, chị tin với ông trời đúng không? Của ông trời đi, vì hàng ngày ông cho mình hơi thở sự sống thì mình tin đâu. Let me know if you're new to the Vietnam Steve YouTube channel. I have a few subscribers, but I do notice in my analytics that most of the viewers are always new viewers. Nobody comes back. I don't have too many people coming back. So I'm really just a guy talking about financial simplicity, life simplicity basically, not even financial, just life simplicity, keep it simple, stupid, and managing risks. So I'm at a stage where I'm managing risk. I don't ride motorbikes around the street. I was delivered here late by my wife today. That's the price you pay for managing risk. Sometimes you get places late. So that's what the channel's focused on now. I alternate my life between various locations, and probably every 3 weeks is a cycle through my 3-day postings, and you may be getting a live stream from a different location every 3 weeks. One of the things that really enlightened me was pharmacies. Now, I'm in Vietnam at the moment, but I've been to pharmacies all over the world, and they seem to play a much larger role in other countries' healthcare than they do in Western healthcare, or Australia, where I'm from. You wouldn't go to a pharmacy just to shop in Australia. You go there when you've got a prescription from a doctor that needs to be filled for a drug that you can't get unless a doctor says you can have it. Whereas the pharmacies here seem to be more community focused in that they only have drugs. They don't sell hairbrushes and toothpaste. They only have medicine, and you go in there when you need medicine, and they give you medicine for what you've got a problem with. So my wife, during COVID, I got COVID here. Went to bed Monday night, went to bed very sick Monday night, woke up Tuesday and realised I had COVID. My wife went to the pharmacy, not me, said my husband's over 50 and has COVID, give him the good stuff. She paid $15 and came home with tablets that we were never allowed to have in Australia. I took them, they fixed me within
24, 36 hours, a couple of days. So that was Tuesday I took them. By Thursday I was good to go. And Friday I was on a plane flying. So in Australia the treatment for COVID was to go home, and if you're still alive in 2 weeks, go back to work. So a very different approach to treating ailments. Here it's get on top of it, get it fixed. In Australia you're really an inconvenience to me, but if you take this potion and you don't get well in 2 weeks, come back and we'll give you another potion. So a bit of a different feel when you go to the pharmacy. Immediately I got to Vietnam some months ago now. I went with all my empty medication packets. I have cholesterol medication and other things, thyroxine for my thyroid, and went to the pharmacy and said, give me a month's worth of all of this, and they did. They don't sometimes have the same brand, but they have the same active ingredients, and so got a month's supply, and done that again after last month, and I'm just about to do it again now. All right, the neighbours are very loud. So what I can do is probably pack up and see if I can go outside. I will go outside. I'll take you with me. Right, we'll leave the spoon and we'll take the coffee and we'll go outside. So this will be interesting. Right, perfect. That's why you have a live stream, so you can walk around. This is where I wanted to sit originally, up here, but there's a couple of guys sitting here. What they do is, in Vietnam, is, I'll have to adjust you, so bear in mind you're going to be down very low right now. Oh dear. They eat a lot of sunflower seeds. And so someone sat here and eaten sunflower seeds and chucked them all over the ground. Now let me pull you up as high as you go and pop you on the... Oh, there we go. Look at that. How's that sound now? And I might have to point you that way and move chairs. How about that? So in Vietnam we have these very little chairs down low, and these ones are actually cloth. Going to be like that, because across the road is something I want you to see. These ones are cloth chairs, so a lightweight guy like me, always worried about going straight through them, so I do look at the stitching before I sit down. And motorbike pulls up next to me. Much better. Sorry about that, folks. That's what happens when you don't work with animals, children, and Vietnamese people at the coffee shop. Now I'm outside the porch. I'm on the footpath. This guy's just turned up on a... Well, that's the wrong way, Steve. So we go this way, sorry. This guy's just turned up on a motorbike. There's ladies sitting up there. I was near them originally, but it wasn't a very good view because I was looking straight at those cars. And now I'm down on the street, so I'll turn you around. And out there, I've obviously got a tree in front of me. Hi, Big Dal. Nice to see you on here. The monolith in front of me is great. There's a walking track goes around that. It's about 300 metres around, so I had thought of starting off today walking around that for you and then coming over here. Got a tree in front of me on the left there. Got a pole in the middle that's holding up my umbrella, and I've got a lamp post. But look at the little flowers down the bottom of the tree there. Isn't that lovely? And these ones are sunflowers. Now my plan today is to sit here for the best part of the day. Behind the monolith out the front there, we've got a white Shelley looking thing. That is their convention centre, entertainment centre, and then over to the left, the yellow one's a restaurant, and the white one over there looks like a hotel. So yeah, here we are. The streets have no name. So that's what I'm looking at down the street. There's a coffee shop next door there called Hallie. I've got a new granddaughter called Hallie, so I probably need to go there and film that at some stage. And then I just sit here and watch the motorbikes go past. So the motorbikes that have been here have been picking up takeaways and taking them away, obviously. So if you travel regularly and you take out health insurance when you travel, I'd be interested to know what you take it out for. Do you take it out for the man flu like I've had? Do you, and I did have a little, sorry about that on the microphone. It's like a throaty type thing, you know, the lozenge. But this has got Edelweiss, marshmallow. I didn't even know marshmallow was a plant. It's got Edelweiss, marshmallow, a few others, 6 or 8 plants in it. It's a plant-based thing and very good for the throat. So I've got a pocket full of them for the day. Kilitri. I self-pay healthcare so far. I'm a bit like that myself. So I'm caught in a quandary. I have health insurance for me as an old fat guy in Australia, which costs quite a lot. But just bring the body back, yeah. Quite like that one. I guess why I have health insurance in Australia is if I need to have my leg amputated, I want to get in there straight away. Thank you. I want to get in there straight away. The lovely lady that runs this establishment just bought me a warm tea. Look at that. And I came here the day she set this up, probably 2 years ago, and it's going gangbusters now. So I need to be able to get into the health system quickly. So I have private health insurance. So I'm actually paying for access, even though Australia has one of the most accessible health systems in the world. To get on the list is accessible. In Australia, the government pays for 85% of our health cost, and we insure for that other 15%, which takes us to 100%, and then the doctors charge on top of that. So you might hit a doctor that's charging 120, 130% of the government regulated fee. So 85% of the government regulated fee would be covered by a thing called Medicare. The other 15% is covered by my insurance, and then I have to pay the excess on top when there's market forces determining that. So I've had that forever and a day. I keep that going. It's a lot of money. Not a lot of money when you earn money, but a lot of money when you don't earn money. And so, quandary as to do I squash that. Secondly, I've got a family over there now, young girls and young wife, and maybe I need to expand that coverage to include them. However, I have 9 grandkids and a large extended family, and they all seem to manage without private health cover, so I don't know the answer on that. When I travel, I book my tickets using a particular credit card, and that has a travel insurance policy with it. If you book return tickets with that organisation, you get travel insurance, and the travel insurance is up to $2 million, and it's good for fixing broken limbs or having an eye taken out or putting in a new kidney, whatever. And that's my backstop. That's my financial ruin. If I've got to get airlifted back in a coma, that's what I'm using. As far as normal health care, cut my finger, needs stitching up, I'd probably just go to the private hospital here. Hey, I cut my finger, can you stitch it up? And I'd get it stitched up and I'd pay out of pocket. So I'd be self-insured. Very, very popular cafe, this one. A lot of people coming through. So for me, what's my international travel insurance for? It's largely for airlifts and major catastrophes. I don't know if you can hear in the background the odd pop, 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 but we've got a pickleball stadium right next door. I'm planning on doing the live stream for about an hour. We'll see how we go. Thanks, Brendan. Nice to talk to you yesterday. My mother doesn't watch many of these, and in fact, she'll probably ring me midstream of this live stream and just stuff the whole thing up. But she doesn't watch many of these, but she did say, get rid of that silly hat. And so every time I put this hat on, I think, oh, I've got my silly hat on today. I don't know if I'm more silly with the hat on or it just adds to my silliness. I'm staying warm. I've got this warm jumper on. It's very, very thick, but I've got a light shirt on and a short sleeve one because I wanted to take the jacket off and, you know, Steve's out and about with his short sleeves on, but it's all a bit too cold. I think we have to differentiate the difference between healthcare access and healthcare risk. And so, you know, healthcare access is fairly easy wherever you travel. You know, I always go back to the packing scenario where people pack a lot of things when they travel, but everywhere I go has shops. And just like that with healthcare, you know, you can pack all your medications to come here, or you can just go to the pharmacy here and get them. So I had a family member over here that was getting something to help them sleep. I can't remember what it was, melatonin perhaps. And, you know, they get 1 milligram in Australia, but they'd love to get 2 milligrams as an example. But you just can't get that because that's just over the top what you can buy. They went to the pharmacy here and they come in packs of 4 or 8 milligrams. So straight off the bat, no prescriptions required. So I think healthcare, you don't need insurance for, but financial ruin, you may need insurance for. So that just comes back to your whole risk appetite of your whole life. Do you insure your car, your house, your contents, your health, your boat, your income? If you lost your job, would that be financial ruin? Have you got income protection? There's just a myriad of insurances that you can get. In fact, there's insurance for everything. Cyber risk. Do you have cyber risk insurance, or do you take appropriate measures, use a VPN, don't click on dodgy links, and don't send money to tin pot African countries when they ask for it? It's your risk appetite that really drives what your healthcare insurance needs to be. Might try some of this hot tea. She's looking after me. Her name's Min, and the restaurant's called Min Sao. Oh. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please drop a comment, let me know. And it's always good to have new people come along and talk about different topics. My plan today had been to talk about a whole lot of live easy, live smart type stuff, but I changed the plan last night because I had this cough that has come good, and I can relay a few of my stories about getting well in a foreign land. I haven't found it difficult. I've never needed health insurance. I'm 60 and I've never needed it. So 60 years of wasted premiums. I'm inclined to be self-insured. When I'm gone, my partner's going to take me out and cast me into the bay she thinks that's great because then the fish will eat Steve and they'll eat the fish and it'll be the full circle of life. I thought that was pretty funny. Why did I choose Ha Long Bay? That's an interesting one, and I've actually got to probably making a video about that actually today. I've got some notes because two things on my mind. One is I'm not in Da Nang, and there'll be an upcoming video about that of why I don't live in Da Nang. The thrust of that one is that I'm an adult and I don't need activity and stimulation to get me out of bed and do something every day. I'm happy to come to a coffee shop and talk to the people here and then go and have some lunch. So, that's the theme of that one. The other thing I thought was, oh, this is fantastic. Let's just get this lady on the live screen. Okay, awesome. Sing Chow. Hello. Very nice. Australia. Yeah. I like the hat.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Welcome to Vietnam and Ha Long Bay.
Thank you. Welcome to Vietnam and Ha Long Bay. And I love, she's got a woolly hat on with ears. So I came out to Ha Long for a training course. This is back in 2019. I was running a training course with another guy. Cyber security, I'm a cyber expert, but I'm a cyber kindergartner compared to the other guy I was with. And we ran a training course for, which was interesting, for 47 people. Only 2 ladies in the class, and one of those was quite nice. So I pursued her down and ended up marrying her. So that's why I'm in Ha Long. But that said, Ha Long is a lot quieter than your typical tourist. Got to wake up in the morning, got to go and have lunch, then I've got to have a banh mi, then I've got to get an Instagram photo, then I've got to go to the bar in the afternoon as the sun goes down, then we've got to take a shower, then we've got to go out to the nightclub and we've got to sing karaoke all night. Now you can do all that here, but you don't have to have it thrust in your face. And so I like the quieter life. This is a great city for walking. I walk every day here, and probably 350,000 people here. So if you match that with something like Da Nang with 1.2 million, we're way down the list here. 2 hours from Hanoi, so it's close to get to Hanoi if I need to. I can jump in a taxi and it's 100 Australian dollars, so 60 bucks US, and I'm in Hanoi, and that's 2 hours. So in fact, got a friend coming out from Hanoi today. Hello, John. He'll be here about 5:30 tonight, and then we're off to a local restaurant just with some friends for dinner. So that's why I'm in Ha Long. Now the air is better than Hanoi. It seems a good in between. It is good here. I like going to Hanoi. I could only do a weekend there. It's quite polluted, so I do start to feel it in my throat. Good thing to talk about on a healthcare themed live stream. I often go to Hanoi for the weekend. Not often. If I'm here for 3 months, I'll probably go twice. I had a message from a guy yesterday, wants me to pop down to Ho Chi Minh City, so I might do that. I'm not inclined to because it's cold and I've got friends coming here and I want to spend time with them. But Hanoi's a good spot. Whenever tourists come, we take them to Hanoi. But just the same here, we've got my mate coming out tonight, and we're going to be going to a Japanese spa here for a hot tub and Japanese food. We're going to be going up to the Chinese border that's about 100 miles away, Mong Kai, and have a nice hot pot up there, a lot of food related stuff. While we're up there, we will get to the northernmost coastal point of Vietnam and take a photo of the Mile Pec there. We're going to be going to Haiphong, which is the nearest big city with a couple of million people. In fact, third largest city in Vietnam. It's just 45 minutes down the road. Uh-oh. Don't drop your iPhone. What else are we doing? Oh, we're going to an island resort on next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's about a third of the price because it's freezing cold and there's no tourists here now, so we're going over there. So there's a lot to do. And the seafood out here is top notch. So probably eat seafood every day. Options for getting out here from Hanoi. So there's two main options. One is, if you're coming from the airport, you really need to get a taxi. The limo buses, the shared 14 people seaters, don't get you here. So you need a taxi. To get a taxi from the airport to here is about 1.5 million, which is just under 100 Australian dollars, probably about 65 bucks US. That takes 2 hours 20. So when I go and I come, I do that because I've just had a 12 or 13 hour trip and there's no mucking around. So taxi from Hanoi Airport to Ha Long, 2 hours 20. You're drinking a beer with Vietnam Steve. Another way to come out is to come from Hanoi in the city. If you're in the city now, the Hanoi Airport's 49 kilometres from Hanoi, so there's a bit of a time difference. If you're going from Hanoi to Ha Long Bay, it's 2 hours, you're not 20 minutes off. You can get picked up by a limo bus in Hanoi, but it depends where you stay. My friend today is staying in a hotel that they cannot fit a limo bus down there. These are 14-seater minibuses. So he's going to get a taxi from where he's staying to limo bus headquarters, the person's house that runs the limo bus, and then he'll be on that limo bus from there to Ha Long. Now the limo bus will be about 300, which is instead of 1.5 million, you're 300,000, which is less than, well, it's about 20 bucks Australian, probably 350. And you've got the taxi, which might be $5. So he'll be paying $5 in his taxi to get to where he has to go, then he'll be paying 25 bucks in the bus. That's a 14-seater, you're sharing it with other people. It takes about 3 hours as opposed to 2 hours it would normally take from Hanoi because you're making a few stops on the way. And those guys always stop halfway and have a cigarette for 10 or 15 minutes, so there's a 15-minute stop on the journey. I've done both. In fact, what I do when I go to Hanoi, because I'm usually in party mood when I'm going up there, I will get the limo bus to Hanoi, because I don't care how long it takes. I can leave at 9 in the morning and I'm there at 12. Then I go and have lunch with colleagues and then afternoon drinks and then an evening meal and some more drinks and some karaoke. And then at about 10 p.m, I jump in a taxi and I'm home at 12:30 at night. So it's quite simple. Limo bus would be the way to go if you're looking to watch your pennies because it's quite cheap and very comfortable. You've got USB chargers and a nice big chair, and most people sleep on the journey, so you haven't got the prattling that we had here earlier on. So yeah, so why am I living in Ha Long Bay? I love it out here. I love the fresh air. It is fresher than Hanoi, but last week we were up in the reds, so I have an air monitor thing on my phone, which when it goes over 100, it starts to turn reddish, and it was about 110 last week. It'll be clear today. To put that in perspective, in Brisbane, Australia, where I'm from, on the same day it was 110 here, it was 10 in Brisbane. I think that's parts per million. But I have seen Hanoi up to close to 200, so it's nuts. So family is what has got me out here, and if I had a family in a different town, I'd be in a different town. But I do like the laid-back nature of the place, I guess. I mean, I'm able to sit here all day. I won't. I'll go to a different coffee shop for the second hour. And that's one of the things you need to be aware of. If you're not prepared to sit in a coffee shop for 5 hours a day, Vietnam's maybe not the place for you. Now, I did see a question about the live streamers and the e-beggars that are on YouTube. I don't mind them. I mean, if you don't like them, don't watch them, so I don't mind them. I think it does get a bit much sometimes, but people are here trying to make some online income, and it's like when you get ads on people's YouTube streams. What do you think about ads on people's YouTube streams? Well, people are trying to make some online income, so I don't mind. I've sent money to some people that I follow on occasion, usually just once. I don't do it more than once, just to show that I support their efforts at getting some creativity out there. There's a couple I follow that I just don't subscribe to their mode of life, but it's like watching a potential car crash. You can't turn your eyes away. So, but you know, there's only 24 hours in a day. So how long can you watch a streamer streaming? I mean, for me, I do like the walk and talk, so I'm probably attracted to those streamers. I don't like the streamers that just play rap music all day. I like people that are walking and talking. So if it was an e-beggar streamer walking and talking, I'd probably watch them. I don't have to pay them. If I think they've given me good entertainment, I might send them $1. Probably not required. They're just trying to make a living. What do you think about the e-beggar streamers? Maybe I should put buy Steve a coffee on here or something. Can't tell you how much this coffee costs because I was in a mad rush to get set up today. Probably 55, 50. My coffee's gone cold. Now, better see what's on my notes. I'm going to wrap this up in about 15 minutes. So if you've got a question for me, put it in the chat. If I see it going through, I'll answer it. If I don't see it going through, obviously put it in the chat again. And I'll try and see it the second time through. So I guess what I wanted to draw out today was just that getting sick and recovery is not a health insurance issue. It's a recovery issue. And what's the healthcare like where you are? Just because you've got insurance doesn't mean that you're actually going to get the correct leg amputated and be seen to in a thorough manner. I'm holding the metal stick of my tripod here, and it's cold. So, you know, if you think about it in those terms, differentiating financial risk versus recovery risk, then it all comes into perspective. So for recovery risk, I self-insure. I get sick, I'm going to recover myself. I cut my finger, I'm going to get it stitched up. I tread on a nail, or I get bitten by a dog, I'm going to go get a rabies shot. I self-insure for the cure. But if I have a catastrophe in life, heart attack, stroke, whatever, I've got health insurance there to protect financial ruin. And I think that's the way to look at it. So for all of you out there that are looking for health insurance while you travel, maybe think of it in those kind of terms. Self-insure for the cure and insurance for assurance. This guy's coming past now. He wants to clean my shoes. Not going to be possible. No, thank you. So what he does is he comes along, takes my shoes, he'll clean them, and gives me a pair of slippers to put on while I'm waiting. Might turn you that way and just stick my head in the corner here so you can see what's going on up the street. This is a quiet little street, one back from the main drag. I was surprised that I'd done 14 lives. I don't crank them off all that often. I do them so infrequently that I have to remember how to do them. They are very easy to do from the phone. It's just a click, click, click. I wanted to be a bit smart and have a placeholder today that says, hey, there's a live stream coming up. Queue up, take your tickets and see how you go. And that just didn't work. I think I set it up to be linked from a separate camera, and that's why it wouldn't go directly from the phone. So the lady sitting on the footpath just next to me, that's the same coffee shop. These doors right behind me go into the coffee shop. I'm one to the left of the doors, and then these ladies just here are at my coffee shop. My first position was immediately behind them, up over the wall, but we had some loud speakers. Going down the other way here, flip that around, that's another coffee shop down there. I love the bougainvilleas hanging on the wall. That one down there's got more people inside, but looks like it's got quite a few people because there's quite a few bikes on the footpath. And then there's another one back up the other way. If I can get this camera back around, and I missed that last comment. Probably should watch the screen, Steve, when you're doing a live stream. The one way up there is another cafe called 14, and I've been up there before as well. I could do a cafe tour around Halong because I hit about 3 of these a day, but it does get quite boring. I'm usually with a bunch of ladies and they talk a lot, and it's all in Vietnamese, and also I don't want to be filming while I'm trying to chats. All messages are visible. Yeah, okay. All right, I missed the last chat that came up because I don't actually see, they scroll past me as fast as they scroll past you, so apologies for that. If you've got topics that you'd like me to wax lyrical on, by all means, put them in the chat. I'll go and have a look at it later, because I'm always looking for topics. I've got about 50 up my sleeve, and I'm trying to get, my leg's stretched out, trying to get some evergreen topics so that, people might watch them today and they might also watch them next year and be as relevant to them. So if there's an evergreen topic that you think's useful for me to consider, particularly on the life essentials, doing things smarter, all those kind of things, then let me know. So here, someone's got a pair of sneakers. They need them clean, so he's giving them a clean. He's probably going to put a bit of white paint on them so they're back looking white again. And that was one of the ladies that were up behind me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Can you share the location of the name of the shop for reference? Yeah, well, I don't know the location, but I can tell you the name. It's, and you can probably Google this up, Minseo, M-I-N-S-E-O, Minseo. Let me go and take a... Now, the lovely lady that's here just sent me one of these, and I'm going to have to eat that for you in a minute. So, she is lovely. But I will go and get the name for you up here. So the name is up the top there. Can you see that up the top? It's Minseo, there we are, M-I-N-S-E-O. And this is the lovely lady here. Min, say hello, live stream.
Oh, hello.
This is the boss.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the boss. So, she's brought me out some tea and a cheesy ball because she's looking after me. So kind. So this thing is a bread ball that's too hot to hold, and inside that is some cheese. Of course, if you're in Halong and you get down to Minseo now, I'm down here. You can come and say hello. I'll be here for another hour probably because I'll have to buy another ginger coffee and pay us some more money. If you're ever in Halong, there's 101 coffee shops here, but this is a good one. Now, I'll bring you down, and you'll probably be looking straight at my groin, but I'd rather that you looked at the cheesy ball. So let's get it down there, and then let's tip that over. Is that getting a cheesy ball in there? Okay, I'll have to lift it up. Hello. Lady selling me lottery tickets. Right, I'll have to lift this up because I don't want you down there. Okay, so what we got is I've got a little bowl with a bread type ball, but in here, cheese. too hot to touch. That is delicious. All right. Let me know if you've been to Ha Long before, what you thought of the coffee shops here. I think there's one I have egg coffee at that is better than egg coffee in Hanoi. I may well go there after this. I've got a bit of a free day today because the power's off at home. At 8 a.m. the power went off and it's not coming back till 5 p.m. tonight. Unbeknownst to us, they're just doing some work, they decided to turn the power off. So I had a shave by phone light and no shower today. That's delicious. Hot, cheesy bread. Been to Danang and Hanoi, but curious of how long through your channel looks like a good balance. Well, yeah, it's a lot quieter than both of those. If you're an adult, this is a good place to be. If you are a kid and you can't get out of bed without a shiny light or something, then flashing lights and loud music, then you probably need to be in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City. I mean, here, I asked them yesterday what time they open here, because I was going to be here at 9. I open at 7:30 in the morning, I open until 10 or 11 at night. Got a new microphone today. Spending more money on the channel than is appropriate, but I got to say it works pretty well. I will be interested after this hour of streaming just how my phone's handled it, because I'm running the whole phone today on the battery. No power back at home. I'll just wrap up with what my day looks like here today. Thank you for all of you that have stuck with me through the live stream. I love to talk about health issues and how you manage health while you travel, because it is an interesting one. And it's interesting because a lot of people think insurance solves all the problem. Well, we've got insurance. We're going on a cruise, we've got insurance. But insurance isn't going to stop you getting sick, and it's not going to get you well. It's just going to get your body home if the worst actually happens. Today, I'm here obviously, got here at 9:10, 10 minutes late. That's what happens when you're a married man. And then my wife has gone to have breakfast with a friend of hers who runs a ladies' dress shop. Following that, she's gone to the tax department. I'm just finishing up some business stuff I had here. She's going to the tax department to get the amount I have to pay, and then she's going to the bank to pay that. And then she said she'll come back and sit with me. So that could be a couple of hours. And then we're going to have some lunch at a restaurant called Laptop. Laptop used to be a computer shop, but he now turned it into a restaurant, so we're going to have some lunch. And we were going to have dinner there with my friend when he came, but I've got something else lined up for him. Now, I was talking to some of you last night, one of you, and you're coming out here, so I'm looking forward to you coming out. And Brendan, when you get here, I'll shout you a cheesy ball. The people are friendly. It's a great place to live. My drawback is I've got 2 young daughters that are going to school in Australia, so I've sort of got to spend some time over there. But if it wasn't for that connection, I'd be here permanently. Thanks for watching. Like the live. Let me know in the comments even now, or if you're watching this down the track, some of the health issues you've come across and how insurance has been good for you or insurance wasn't so good for you. And I'll probably do a follow-up on this a little later. eat the cheesy ball and not put grease all over my screen. I will see you in the next one. You've been watching Vietnam Steve, and remember, these live streams come around on a Tuesday. Every Tuesday there'll be a live stream, hopefully about this time, but we'll see how we go. It depends on where I am in the world and where you are in the world. Take care. Comb your hair.